following is a presentation of Comcast Newsmakers, the program where you hear from the leaders important to you.
Thank you for joining us for Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Vince Robinson. In this edition of Newsmakers, we're going to be focusing on Blue Jacket Inc. And joining us in studio is Blue Jacket's Executive Director, Tony Hudson. Tony, thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you.
This is a very interesting program. For those folks who are not familiar with Blue Jacket, describe the mission, describe what you do.
Sure. Our mission is to provide the tools and opportunities to adult ex-offenders to be productive members of society.
That's simply put.
It's precise.
A challenging notion, because you're talking about, on one side, a training, and on the other side, getting employers familiar with what you do and comfortable with the clientele that you're serving. Let's talk first on the employee-client side. How do people come in the door? What kind of services and trainings do they receive?
Thank you. Two ways. One, we receive referrals from the criminal justice system. The local court system will make an actual referral, or people will self-refer. They'll walk in our front door and they've heard about our program, and that happens to be the majority of our referral base. And once they get to Blue Jacket, they go through our gateway program, which is called now the Career Academy, and it's a 30-hour pre-employment training based strictly on soft skills, so that they can show an employer that they're trustworthy again, that they're willing, they should be willing to take the risk to hire someone with a felony conviction. So they learn how to interview, search for jobs, fill out a resume, and also they start the career track. They start that in motion, and of course our staff follow up with that.
Now we have some photos showing just some examples of folks working on different jobs. Some of these temporary jobs, but many of them end up with permanent employment. Tell us how that transition happens.
Well, first we have not only a direct placement side after they graduate our pre-employment training, and of course our pre-employment training is a bit difficult for some people to go through if they're not motivated to become employed. And we also have a temporary placement, and many people that graduate our training, 85% traditionally, are employed within 3 weeks of graduating our training, which is a really high job start rate for any type of nonprofit program serving people with felony convictions. And Blue Jacket created this staffing agency, and this is what the foundation of our program was based upon, so that we could be a little bit more self-reliant on our enterprising efforts. So the fundraising that we generate allows us to go to an employer and say, here's an individual that matches your company pretty well. Would you like to take them on for 30, 60, 90 days, and at the end of that, hire them on permanently? We haven't collected all that data concretely the last year, but we assume that it's around 75% get hired on permanently, which is an incredible number, showing that people are really earning their seat after those 90 days.
We have another photo we want to show with kind of a business partner in this. Tell us of how this collaboration kind of works and how it benefits your clients.
Well, because we mandate that our participants show up dressed professionally every day in our training, as well as be ready for the interview, Chris Lambert of Andrew Davis Menswear every year has a fundraiser where he offers to his customers a $100, $200 discount to bring in their old suits. And this is very important to us. People donating their old suits, ties, shirts, belts, dresses, because of course we are coeducational. We have both men and women adults that need to attend the training. So we have a very large clothing bank that really moves a lot of clothes through.
So. We've got about 30 seconds left, and we want to talk about another very important aspect, and that's the volunteer aspect. You are looking for employment for folks, but you want them to volunteer and give back to the community as well.
Absolutely. This year we had our first United Way Day of Caring, and we have many volunteers who are graduates that come back to assist not only graduates who could be illiterate, they serve on our advisory board, but they also give back to the community. And it's just another way that our clients are showing to the community that, hey, they want to earn a seat back at the table.
All right, Tony, thanks very much for the input and continued success with the program.
Thank you.
That's all for this edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Vince Robinson. We'll see you next time.
The preceding was a presentation of Comcast Newsmakers. Now back to CNN Headline News.